Hey, what's up, everybody? True Boxing here. Thank you for coming back to get hit with the truth. So today we are doing the what's next on Teofimo Lopez, the current WBO junior welterweight champion, following a controversial 12-round split decision, or was it unanimous? I can't remember. Controversial 12-round decision win over Jamaine Ortiz when they collided on February 8th on ESPN. Now, before we get into that, if you could smash the like button, leave a comment, or subscribe to the channel, I really do appreciate any and all support that I can get as I continue to build my channel here. So, this fight right here, well, Teofimo following the win, it's still kind of up in the air what he is going to be doing going forward, because he has a #1 contender. This was an optional defense that he was allotted, so it's kind of unclear what he's going to be doing going forward, because following that win, he received so much backlash, and you know, people really just were dissatisfied with the performance, and I was one of those people. I really think at some point he's got to stop fighting southpaws that can box, because they really make him look bad. Even the Lomachenko win, I think that was more Lomachenko not throwing a lot of punches early on that cost him the fight, as opposed to Teofimo Lopez doing really anything that special. But let's run through the top 10 and see what possibly could be coming up for him. We start with WBC champion, undefeated Devin Haney. Haney's fighting Ryan Garcia next, and I think if Haney really would want to fight Teofimo Lopez, he probably could, but I don't think that's really in his plans right now. You know, Haney, if Haney gets through Ryan Garcia, I don't know if he's gonna want to entertain a fight with Teofimo after Lopez looked like that. But if that's the best and biggest fight that he can make, then maybe he would. I think Teo at this point would probably take the fight in hopes that he could pull off the win to try to gain some credibility back. And it's a big money fight, so I definitely think these two guys could collide. But I'm leaning towards the less likely. Then we look at Josh Taylor in a rematch. Taylor, the former champ, Lopez beat him last year in 2023 to take the WBO title. Taylor is fighting Jack Catterall next in a rematch, and they are fighting at 140 in that rematch. So would Lopez, if Taylor gets a win over Catterall, would he give him the time of day again? I don't know. I mean, it's an interesting matchup, but I don't know if Taylor's name is big enough, and I just didn't think he did well enough in the first fight to warrant a rematch. So I'm gonna lean towards the less likely here, but not to say it couldn't happen either. Then there's Jack Catterall. Now, Jack Catterall, if he beats Josh Taylor and leaves no doubt in a rematch that he's the better man, I wouldn't be surprised if Teo were to sign up for a fight with Catterall next. But Catterall is a slick southpaw boxer again. So is he gonna want to go down that road again? You know, he might, because Catterall would probably have earned the fight by doing what he did last year and beating Josh Taylor. But I don't know if that's the best road for him, and I think Teo should stay away from that fight. So I'm gonna lean towards the less likely, but I honestly really wouldn't be surprised if it did happen. Then there's Jose Ramirez, the former unified champ. Well, he's with Golden Boy now. He's not his mandatory #1 contender. I'm leaning towards the less likely that he entertains a fight with Ramirez. Then there's a rematch with Sandor Martin. I mean, I don't think Lopez, especially after the way he just looked against another southpaw, would want to entertain a rematch right there. And so I'm going to say no. Then there's a showdown with Regis Prograis. He could fight Prograis and, you know, probably get the fight. And if he were to knock Prograis out or look better, then he could sell the point that he's, you know, better than Devin Haney. That would really take a lot of the attention off of the performance against, you know, Ortiz and everything. So I think Lopez, this might be a road to take right here and fight a guy like Regis Prograis, because then he could make it right back to the top of the division and be like, well, hey, I knocked him out, or I look better, or I look just as good as Devin Haney, so I'm just as good as him. That would gain a lot of credibility back if he could get Prograis in the ring and dominate him, but we'll see. Then there's Subriel Matias, the reigning IBF champion. Matias is coming off, he's just signed with Matchroom. I I still think the fight could possibly be made with Lopez, but I'm leaning towards the less likely. Then there's Arnold Barboza Jr. Barboza is the #1 contender to Lopez, and it's a makeable fight against a guy that's gonna be right there in front of you. So I think he should welcome his mandatory shot against Barboza and go try to look good and look sharp against a good solid opponent like Barboza. That's what I think he should do. But we'll see if he goes down that road. But I think the WBO should order it to make it to leave no doubt. There's Gary Antoine Russell. Not seeing this one. They're with two different promotions that don't work together a lot. Kind of a bad matchup for him. And then there's a rematch with Jamaine Ortiz, which I don't think he's going to entertain a rematch with Ortiz. So, and I wouldn't want to see it anyway. So for Lopez, he really has the pick of the litter if he doesn't get a mandatory shot ordered. What I think he should do if he doesn't get a mandatory the mandatory shot ordered, I think Regis Prograis makes the most sense. Prograis is not the slick southpaw boxer. He's a little bit older. He's kind of a boxer slash puncher, but more of a puncher. So he's there. He's not going to move a lot. Lopez, Prograis, built to kind of make Lopez's style look good. And they're also two shit talkers that can motivate each other and sell the fight. So I think this one makes sense for Lopez. But I really think the mandatory defense against Arnold Barboza Jr. makes a ton of sense for Lopez to look good. Because Barboza is there to get hit. He comes straight at his opponents. He's not moving and dancing and boxing and getting away like some of these other southpaw fighters that he's fought that use the ring and use their feet and box. So I really think Lopez has that should be what he does. And we just gotta wait and see. But I really do believe it's gonna be again. His next fight will be against Arnold Barboza Jr. in a mandatory title defense. So we'll see. Excuse me. But that's it. That's what I got. That's my what's next on reigning WBO Junior Welterweight Champion Teofimo Lopez. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, smash the like button, leave a comment, or subscribe to the channel. I appreciate any and all support. This is True Boxing. You've been hit with the truth.